Chemistry Diva here, live in the studio with Informa's video blog series called What's In.
It's trending news from the cutting edge. What's up? What's new?
What's in
With the Diva.
the Chemistry Diva? The Chemistry Diva.
Can you share with us some of your best practices when building mobile platforms? What are the things that you think about or things to consider? So for some of our clients who maybe haven't gone down this avenue yet, what are some best practices they should consider?
Well, the first thing you want to make sure is that your solution and your architecture, the architecture you put in place should be scalable. Say you have an application and you build these features in, somewhere down the line you want to add more features. Mm-hmm. Now, because you didn't make a scalable architecture, now you're trapped into these sets of features. Now you go back to the developer and then you tell this guy, look, now I want to add this, and he says, well, it requires us to rebuild the app. Why? Because the original solution wasn't scalable. It wasn't modular enough to be future proof.
Right.
So, some of the questions that we need to ask about where an application is going to go, or kind of what features we want to see down the line, will change the architecture in the beginning. So that's kind of what I look for early. There's the easy way out, and there's sometimes the development can be hard because doing it in a way that's dynamic might require you to do a little bit more programming. But later it'll be better. Thinking about the architecture in the very beginning is important, and more times than anything is like the solution should be dynamic.
Years ago, everybody was talking about learning management systems, right? That was the challenge with rolling out an LMS, and how do you work with all different kinds of vendors or agencies to make sure those materials were SCORM compliant and could migrate seamlessly for their learning management system. Do you see a trend now with mobile learning to have some guidelines in place? I mean, is that also something our clients should be looking at? So when they're working with different agencies, they're following kind of the overarching guidelines for this new mobile platform.
I think the answer is a little bit more fundamental to the best practices in programming. In programming, you should devise your code in a way that the logic is separated from the interface. So we don't care what the user interface looks like or what's happening on the interface. Whatever's determining how to interpret data and how to handle and serve up what you're getting, that should be separate. So as far as e-learning goes,
right,
if that architecture was there in the beginning, it doesn't matter how the user's interacting with the interface or flipping through menus and things like that. The data should be pulled from one source, the brain, and the interface should be developed in a way that you can constantly switch it out. This is not the way a lot of our APIs or libraries have been developed, because in some cases they've been there for a long time, and maybe in this industry everyone's stuck on doing things the same way because it's been done that way.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean it's right.
Right.
I don't want to do things the wrong way because I love it. I'd rather do it the right way.
Yeah, you want to do the way that makes the most sense. Yeah.
So it's tough to be on a call and hear 5 people just saying, "Oh, we're going to use this, we're going to use that," and me as the developer, that I came in when things are hot. I'm always about the latest, what you should be doing. And I'll just
So you want to hear sort of from the client, you want the business case. You want to know what the need is.
I want to know.
And you want to be the person who recommends the solution.
The client doesn't really want to know the specifics about what they want things to work right. So it's almost like the developer is parenting the code, and it's going to take a good developer to say, hello, the logic is not separated from the UI. This is not scalable. But most developers are not maybe they're not going to do that. It's just it's a very challenging thing
Sure.
to do, because as a developer, you can easily just say, you know what, I'm just going to put this in there and then get it over with.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not that developer.
Yeah.
I want to be part of solutions that actually grow and get better. I think we're in a special time where, you know, even in e-learning, it's getting reinvented. Well,
Sure.
who's behind that? What
Sure,
are the developers? How are they driving this change?
Yeah.
And do they care about what they're going to end up with 2 years from now? And is it something that you can put your stamp on and saying, I did that?
Right.
You know, so that's kind of what excites me. Back to your question,
Yeah.
has to be scalable. You can't forget that word. Scalability is the key.
And that's a wrap. Your Chemistry Diva signing off for now. Be sure to stay connected with what's in at informatp.com.